came over to our place. I think it was for somebody's birthday. And you brought that Tupperware cupcakes. That was really nice of you, by the way. Thank you for doing that. But that was months ago, and I gotta say, that big ass Tupperware in my kitchen, taking up space where there's already limited space. That big ass Tupperware in my kitchen, taking up space where there's already limited space. If you want it, you should come and get it, come and get it. If you want it, you should come and get it. If you want it, you should come and get it, come and get it. If you want it, you should come and get it.
January day 17, come and get it. Alright, so try to keep this one relatively simple. We've got just a drum beat and a bass, and then we've got the drums escalate a lot over time. Everything here is drums. So you can see as it escalates over time. And then this is the bass line, this is a double of the bass line, and this is sort of a riser type sound effect. And then all this stuff is vocals here. Each one of these was a vocal take. I used this entire vocal take from beginning to end because I wanted to use one video take. So what do we have? Drums. Let's start with the drums. The original drum beat is Contact Instrument Concrete. It's the Diverge kit. It looks and sounds like this. And that escalates to this. So that's what I was starting with. To that, I added some various like hi-hat type stuff. I added some open hi-hats at the start of sections. I added some like more consistent 16th and 8th note hi-hats. I added an open sort of ride type cymbal, and that all sounds like this. And this, and this. So that's our drum situation. All that's being routed through a bus, which is going to parallel compression. What do I have? What sort of effects do I have on these? Wider on the cymbals, Camel Crusher, and a compressor. All the high-end stuff. I use either a compressor or an LFO tool to make it pulse with the kick or with the beat. Camel Crusher on that. What's here? Camel Crusher, Space Designer. Oh, on the main kit, I added 10,000ths of a second of gated reverb type sound just to make the kit sound a little bigger. And then the kick, I have some Transient Designer to pull down that sustain, as well as Camel Crusher. Then we've got the bass, which is a serum patch. On it I've got, it's a pretty standard sort of 80s type bass, which I've distorted the hell out of. Here, let's see what it sounds like without all this stuff. Yeah, so almost like a Stranger Things type bass. And then I've distorted it, and I've got a compressor and a track spacer on it, coming from the kick, Camel Crusher, OTT. I double that in octaves later on. The higher one has echo on it with some very quick 16th note delay at 44% wetness, and this is brightness, so this would be like unfiltered, and then this is fairly filtered. For a bit of like width, I guess. And on the higher one, there's also chorus, which is actually giving it width, and then the echo is meant to kind of like give it some more presence. And then we've got this riser type sound. Again, thinking like a sci-fi kind of siren type sound, and I just built this quick and massive. What do we have here? Rainbow wheel. Some unison spread on both. This is FM from B just a little bit, and then we've got low pass filter. We have a reverb and the multiband OTT style compressor, and the reverb has envelope 1 going to it, and so it's all the way wet when the sound is happening, and then the reverb shuts off completely when the sound stops. Yeah. And that's getting compressed by the kick. And then we have vocals, which has the same vocal chain as everything else that I've done. I have a double with wider on it. Sorry, a harmony with wider on it. Get that out of the way. And then I have a little bit of echo, quarter note echo on the vocals. And then I have one dry channel for when I'm talking, or I'm not going to say beatboxing because people are good at that, but mouth drums.
That big ass Tupperware in my kitchen, taking up space where there's already limited space. That big ass Tupperware in my kitchen, taking up space where there's already limited space. If you want it, you should come and get it, come and get it. If you want it, you should come and get it. If you want it, you should come and get it, come and get it. If you want it, you should come and get it.
And that's January Day 17, a song that exists now because I approached today's jam with a very fuck you attitude towards the frustrations that I've been feeling with writing some of these every day. And that seemed to have paid off. Anyway, there you have it.